Here is everything that Apple announced at today's fall iPhone event. But first, subscribe to the channel if you end up liking our content, and hit the like button if you like this video too, as it greatly helps us and is much appreciated. Alright, so Apple started things off with some new iPad updates. They updated the regular iPad, it received a minor spec bump, nothing too interesting here, but the star of the show was the new redesigned iPad mini. The new iPad mini features a completely new design, dismissing the home button in favor of a full screen design with an 8.3-inch display. Yes, this is what we've been talking about for some time now. It's basically the iPad Air, but in a smaller form factor. The display features wide color and anti-reflective coating, 500 nits of brightness, and True Tone. Featuring an A15 Bionic chip, the new iPad mini is up to 40% faster in CPU performance compared to the previous generation, with an even bigger 80% increase in GPU power. The iPad mini features 5G technology, offering customers even faster performance with download speeds of up to 3.5 gigabytes per second. Even with 5G, Apple says the new iPad mini still features all-day battery life. The iPad mini also features a USB-C port rather than Lightning, and also the new iPad mini features a Touch ID sensor embedded into the power button. It also features the 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera that brings us the great center stage feature from the iPad Pro and is compatible with the second generation Apple Pencil. The iPad mini comes in space gray, pink, purple, and starlight, and starts at $499. You can actually order this iPad mini right now, and it will be available next Friday, September 24th. Alright, next up is Apple Watch Series 7, and while it did receive a redesign, it's a little bit of a smaller redesign than what we initially thought it was going to be. The edges are still pretty round, they aren't as flat and squared off like we thought they were going to be, but the watch does appear to be thinner and larger, and it does come in new sizes, 41 and 45 millimeter options. And the display has also been increased and is larger due to the thinner borders. Because the display is larger, Apple has improved its UI to adapt to this larger display, offering much more text on screen and different buttons for navigation. The watch can also utilize a full screen keyboard with quick path capability to really pump out some larger messages if needed. The new Apple Watch is IPX6 dust resistant now and also remains swim proof with a WR50 rating. Apple Watch Series 7 is available in 5 aluminum colors, including Midnight, Starlight, green, blue, and red. Stainless steel models are available in silver, graphite, and titanium is also available in multiple colors too. Apple Watch Series 7 is also compatible with existing watch bands, so no need to worry, you won't have to go out and buy a bunch of new bands. Apple Watch Series 7 price starts at $399 and will be available later this fall and won't be available for pre-order yet this Friday, so do not worry about ordering the watch. It will be available later on in the year. Next up are the new iPhones. iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 mini were first, both featuring a smaller notch, repositioned rear cameras, improved performance, and more, while maintaining the 6.1-inch and 5.4-inch sizes of their respective iPhone 12 predecessors. The new iPhone 13 and 13 mini, as rumored, includes a smaller notch, allowing for more display area. In specific, Apple said that the notch is now 20% smaller. Staying on the front is the new Super Retina XDR display. We have 28% brighter display now with 1200 nits peak brightness. Inside, we have a A15 Bionic chip, which features a 6-core CPU with 2 high-performance and 4 high-efficiency cores. Embedded into the A15 Bionic chip is a new 16-core neural engine capable of 15.8 trillion operations per second. We do also have an updated dual camera system arranged in a diagonal fashion that includes an updated 12-megapixel sensor that allows for 47% more light, a 26mm focal length, and the ultra-wide now has sensor shift capabilities that was carried over from last year's Pro model. With video, Apple is introducing a cinematic mode, which uses the power of A15 to automatically blur the background during a video, allowing the subject to stay in focus. During filming, users can tap on different subjects to rack focus. The new iPhone 13 comes in 5 new colors, including pink, blue, midnight, starlight, and red. The iPhone 13 mini starts at $699 with 128 gigs of base storage, up from the previous 64 gigabytes. The iPhone 13 starts at $799, and both will be available for pre-orders on Friday, September 17th, and will begin shipping next week on September 24th. Next came the Pro model iPhones, the iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max, which features just about everything that we talked about with the previous iPhones, but also comes with a Super Retina XDR display that features ProMotion refresh rates that varies anywhere from 10 Hz to 120 Hz depending on what you're looking at on the screen. And it also depends on your battery life so that it can help optimize battery so that the ProMotion display isn't using more Hertz when it doesn't need to. The stainless steel frame has a custom finish that is resistant to abrasion and corrosion. There's also a new Sierra blue color option along with graphite, gold, and silver. Both devices sport the A15 Bionic chip with a 6-core CPU and a 5-core GPU for a significant performance improvement. This variant of the A15 chip contains one extra GPU core than the iPhone 13 mini and iPhone 13's A15 chip. There are also some good battery improvements to these models thanks to the A15 chip, as the iPhone 13 Pro can now last about 1.5 hours longer than the iPhone 12 Pro and 2.5 hours longer than the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is a pretty big improvement if it's actually going to hold up in real life use. The rear camera system contains new 77mm telephoto, ultra-wide and wide-angle lenses with sensor shift stabilization for reduced camera shake. The iPhone 13 Pro features a 6x optical zoom range thanks to a new 3x telephoto camera. The ultra-wide camera also now features autofocus and offers a new macro photography mode that can take close-ups up to 2 centimeters away from an object. You do get that cinematic mode that we talked about earlier, as well as night mode for all rear cameras. Apple also introduced a couple of different modes like photographic styles, which bring individual preferences to local photo edits in real time. Styles work across scenes and subject types, and users do not need to define it every time they shoot. The iPhone 13 Pro can also shoot video in ProRes mode for high color fidelity. The 13 Pro starts at $999 and $1099 for the 13 Pro Max, with pre-orders also this Friday the 17th and devices arriving next Friday the 24th. And that's it. That's pretty much a quick rundown of everything that Apple announced at today's event. And of course, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you excited, disappointed? Go ahead and let me know your thoughts. This has been Dan with Mac Rumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you around in the next video.